losing last night in Oklahoma City, 131-113. It was Oklahoma City taking control of the game in the second half, outscoring the Bulls 69-46. Backdoor cut, Trey Jones for two.
I'll tell you, Brian, that was a fantastic play. It was a back screen set on the other side of the court that allowed Trey Jones the layup on this side. Beautiful play run out to start the game.
Cedric Howard's three is off, and you see the length of Buzelis, but Javon Small got it and then had it knocked away by Giddey. Trey Jones, Buzelis on the run, and the Grizzlies smother him, but foul.
Taking the foul. Too many times here lately, the Grizzlies defensively are trying to attempt blocks right at the rim, where the momentum of the offensive player too much at three.
But over the last 9, Brevin, he has been on fire, 22 points per game.
All these guys are given.
Both of these teams struggle on the second night of back-to-backs. Grizzlies 2-10, Bulls 3-9, and they shoot a league low 43% on zero rest.
They'll have shot opportunities. If they can take care of the basketball, the Bulls will yield shot opportunities if found and reach that. Doesn't mean that they don't have athleticism to block Shapak.
If you want to know about Chicago's offensive identity, they take nothing in the mid-range. It's either a paint attempt or a three-point attempt. Fewer than 5% of their shots are in the paint, or mid-range shots. Buzelis with a block.
They have the athleticism and length to come up with blocks, though, at the rim as Buzelis is there.
Giddey a triple-double in the last meeting between these two teams. Buzelis in deep. He swings the hook up and in, and Buzelis off a 15-point game last night in Oklahoma City. His first field goal of the game.
And guys indecisive on what they're doing that allows the opponent an easy shot.
Javon Small drives, leads. Backdoor cut, Gigi reversing and lost it on the way up. Buzelis with a rebound. Grizzlies start 1 of 5. Three out of the corner, off the back iron. Cora with the miss. Prosper, good look ahead to Small. Small, a clean look at a three. Bango.
He's shooting the ball with such confidence. A lot of times he's shooting with confidence, but it's not just shooting with confidence. He's making shots on a regular basis.
10th start this season for the rookie. Giddey lost it. Grizzlies 3-on-2 if they hurry. Rupert takes middle, takes it to the rack, but missed the layup. Howard battling, has the offensive rebound. A Prosper three, that honeycombs in and out, and the rebound to Giddey. And that's corner three for Prosper. That's his favorite. Giddey with a drive and behind the back pass. A Buzelis three off the back iron and the rebound to Jackson. Gigi against Okoro, gets a screen. His three, back iron. Rebound to Trey Jones, who, like his brother.
Well, he shoots it off the dribble, loves to step back, but also getting a lot more comfortable with the standstill threes.
Giddey guarded by Coward. Buzelis steps out. He'll try a three. He is not shy about the long ball.
He's trying to 14 or 15.
15 in the last game.
Time, yes.
Gigi lost it in traffic. Transition opportunity. Buzelis is fouled. Rupert. Trey Jones out of the game. Colin Sexton is in. Sexton, a 22-point effort last night against the Thunder. Giddey trying to set up a Miller screen. Drives at Omax. Little off-balance floater. Not there. And Gigi Jackson the rebound. His third of the game. Jemai Mashak about to make his return. Gigi going to the rack. Lays it up. No.
Remember, we said you'll get shots against this Bull defense. Just a matter of you making this. Sexton misses the lob there.
And then that's tipped out of bounds and played against Chicago.
Down in that Mavs from the hit that he took.
But the injury that kept him out was a left ankle injury.
Yes. Wow,
Sexton got away with a pretty wild push-off. And the rebound to Rupert. Bulls have missed their last 6. A Gigi Jackson three. It's a long two. It's a long two by Jackson to tie the game at 7.
Grizzlies, even though they weren't making shots, continue to get good shots. And finally, a good shot goes down.
Well, both these teams late in the year, the numerical story will tell you defense has not been good. Giddey, tough chance. Clayton on the attack, little mid-range. I like that shot for him, Brevin, more than I like the three-point shot from him. And deflected by Coward and retrieved by Clayton. Grizzlies a chance for the lead. Gigi attacking, and he wanted to get bailed out by a foul call
to try to draw the charge against Clayton.
Scott Foster, best in the business. Oh! And the foul! An explosion from Burt, former Villanova Wildcat.
Well, you're talking about him with his three-point shooting so much. Shooting, so he said, look, don't forget about my athleticism.
Well, I think he's taking out some frustration. Remember, he had a 3-game run. He was averaging almost 18 a game.
Some of these players are throwing the ball through.
And Burton with the foul, and Okoro combined 38 points, and they're allowing 144 a game in the last 2, including, get this, a $157 to Philadelphia. Wow.
I mean, that's all-star game number.
Rupert a 3, and Okoro runs down the rebound. Patrick Williams in for the first time tonight for Chicago, and a beautiful step through by Okoro for 2, and Chicago has the lead back. First meeting between these two teams, we had 22 lead changes in the first half. Chicago then dominated in the third quarter, and particularly in the fourth, and wanted going away. Clayton's 3 is off the mark. It's boarded by Giddey. Deke Giroux also on the floor. Rupert, the only starter tonight on the floor for the Grizzlies. Sexton is fouled, and we'll go back to the
fouls here, aiding the Chicago Bulls, but also it just stops the flow of the game for the Grizzlies.
And then traded to Westchester.
There's another instance where this Grizzlies team will adjust with another new face here on this basketball team. They've done a great job of all of the additions that have transpired since the All-Star break.
Giroux against Dillingham. It's up, it's in, and a foul. Deke Giroux. He spices up the gumbo.
That's a great one there, Peter. Because that's the one thing that he brings to this team. And he has brought, even in his second stint, the first time around, it was that same feeling. He's continued it now.
Sexton drives, and that got deflected out. Sexton directing traffic. Watch Ulbrich to cuff set a screen. And Jemai Meshack with a push. And the Grizzlies getting themselves in real trouble here.
Right now, you want to try to be physical, but you have to do it in the right fashion. They tend to let that one go. You get out on the floor, that's when the whistle is going to blow.
Ulbrich appearing in his 29th NBA game. He'd also been playing with the Windy City Bulls, averaging 19 a game for Chicago's G League affiliate. Burton, 4-3. Breaks in the rebound. Trey Jones taking it the distance and blocked by Giroux. Williams, and now Jones steps out for 3. No. Rebound tap. Ulbrich has it. Dillingham.
That's the one area the Grizzlies just got to keep hustling and working at is on the defensive boards.
Dillingham has found his scoring touch with the Chicago group. Didn't really have that much of an opportunity in Minnesota. Grizzlies the 2-point lead. Shot clock down to 5. Clayton working against Patrick Williams. Forces and fills it. Timeout taken by Billy Donovan. Grizzlies a 4-point lead. Walter Clayton Jr. off the bench. He was questionable.
About is how many of these teams at this juncture of the season are still playing the majority of their guys that are either under contract on 2 ways or some fashion for their squads. This Grizzly team, this is auditioning guys on a regular basis.
Cedric Coward on a back down, trying to create some space. Turns, faces, fills it up. Grizzlies start the period with Rupert, Jackson, Prosper, Coward, and Javon Small. That was the starting 5 for the Grizzlies tonight. I believe that's the 40th different starting lineup the Grizzlies have had this year. It's Okoro, Buzelis, Giddey, Sexton, and Patrick Williams for the Bulls. And Sexton is open and drains the 3.
In the last game, where the Grizzlies trying to go for a steal from the corner, it resulted in a 3-point play. In last night's game, this one, a 3 from the corner.
And you don't want to leave Sexton alone. He's red hot. He's got 14 tonight.
He's one guy, so at this juncture, you don't.
Said blocked by Okoro.
Okoro is known for his one-on-one defense.
That's 5 shot blocks for Chicago. That's what they average per game. And Williams, an open 3. Offensive rebound, but it's deflected. Here comes Javon Small. Howard for three. And Giddey latches onto the rebound. Giddey's 5th rebound, 3 assists. And now Okoro. An early shot clock 3, ill-advised.
The way that the Bulls are playing at this point, that three, you would like to say it was ill-advised, partner, but the thing is, they're fine with taking the early ones.
Prosper, a couple of fakes and a hoop.
A little note here, partner, that can blow your mind somewhat.
Okay.
All 5 guys on the floor for the Bulls right now, partner, were all lottery picks.
Indeed.
Just imagine that.
Yeah. And that's not a match.
Dude, we are drafting kids so young that you don't almost have the time to wait for them
Right.
to develop into the player that you think they are, because what happens is now you start getting into second contracts.
Right.
And so now these guys are now on multiple teams. This is that they have been on. Only one that wasn't is Buzelis.
Yeah, he was drafted by Chicago. See, that's the thing, and I've always felt, here's Coward going downhill. Nice Euro step and a finish, going right in Leonard Miller for 2.
I've never experienced it, but it's just whenever I hear it, it sounds strong.
That rib takes a beating. Buzelis cutting back door, and that's off the leg of Repair. During the time I was looking, okay.
That wasn't both teams. That was just the Chicago Bulls with the talent that they have amassed, or the perceived talent that people thought players were going to be good hands here defensively.
Repair with the knockaway. Repair off the curl, off the glass for 2. Ryan Repair.
Lights turning down the three. It's the second time the Grizzlies have done a good job of recognizing a smaller defender and attacking him.
Buzelis, his length, allowing him to reel in that nearly errant pass. Knocked out by G.G. Jackson. This is a Chicago team. Robert Hussey and Tony Brothers.
Oh, definitely chili dog for him. Boy, I didn't even know he was there. Definitely chili dog for you, Tony.
Okoro reversing it up and in.
I said the one thing that the Bulls have excelled at is they want to play the pace, they want to get down the floor, and they have enough guys who love to get out and run.
First fast break bucket for Chicago. G.G. Jackson.
Buzelis with another block.
That's a 3rd block for Buzelis. Got everybody up in the air and drew a foul.
I just got everybody in the air.
Buzelis 78% from the free throw line. Played his high school ball in Illinois, and then also its last 4 on the road and 5 of the last 6. But the win was notable. They won at Golden State. This is a Chicago team, Brevin. They're really confusing because they play the teams plus 500 really well. It's the sub-500 teams they struggle with. Meshack backing down, hooks and hits.
The explanation, partner? The explanation is because the opponent that is the above 500 team looks at them as the sub-500 team, but they look at the other opponent as, this is my chance to get my name off against this team, and so they throw fast enough, they take and make enough threes to put other teams in jeopardy.
Yeah. Chicago is 10-15 against teams that are sub-500, including 2-9 on the road.
Nice pass.
Meshack. An extra pass, a Coward 3. Bango! Cedric Coward really looking good tonight, 11%.
That was also just good team back. Moved the ball extremely well from the outset. That's what allows Ced to get a good look as Giddey takes a long one. No good.
And GG,
I should have let that. It would have been a Bulls ball.
I know. That whole international date line's kind of crazy. Cedric Coward baseline. No, Meshack the tip.
Good job by the Grizzlies getting on the offensive glass here to start this basketball game. That'll be their 6th second chance point.
Giddey missing. Ulbrich offensive rebound. Okoro will try a 3. That's in and out. GG the rebound. GG going downhill. And they call it off.
To the side by Okoro.
Well, Okoro doesn't appear to be in his initial path to the basket. And that's part of the criteria for block charge. Trey Jones tees up a 3.
Good job, Walter Clayton. Get a handle on that.
Ricochet rebound for Walt.
Nice.
Meshack for 2. Meshack.
They look like Omax in last night's game, being able to beat the opponents down the floor for finishes at the rim.
Meshack with 8 in his return to action. Trey Jones got the step blocked by Burton. It'll stay with Chicago. Teams that love to score in transition hate to be run on. Trey Jones for 2.
Trey Jones continues to find his way into the painted area against this Grizzlies defense.
Ball, a 3. Ball has started his NBA career 0 for 3, all from 3. Giddey over the top. Ulbrich missed the reverse, but was fouled by Ball. This game in the Department of Tennessee.
Okay, I got it now. I got it.
Deke Giroux's back in the game. Clayton driving, dishing. Burton an open 3. Around and out. Boarded by Ulbrich. Grizzlies just 3 of 16 from 3. Bulls not much better, just 2 of 12. Williams backing down. Grizzlies very handsy defensively, but doesn't matter. It's in there for 2. 49-44 the count.
Just trying to be pests to Williams inside. He had the size advantage. They realized that. Just tried to knock him off rhythm as best possible.
Giroux's entry pass is deflected back at him. Giroux traveling. A little indecisive as well. The Grizzlies on the floor right now, they have 2 of their 10-day guys, 3 10-day contracts on the floor right now, along with Clayton and Meshack. Giddey, nice pass. Ulbrich for 2. Ulbrich with 6. His career high is 9 at the NBA level. The Grizzlies' 11-point lead as he whittles to 3. Burton stops, turns, and misses against Giddey. Giddey, an open 3, and he ties the game. The Grizzlies' 11-point lead is gone. Approaching 3 minutes remaining, first half. Giroux elevates for 2. Deke Giroux, a 12-point first half for him, and the Grizzlies lead by 2.
Boy, he's feeling it, partner. He's out there letting them woo. You know, somebody saying woo, that means they're ready.
Yeah. Buzelis backing down. Rebound Clayton. Oh, and Deke Giroux wasn't looking for the outlet. Well, it was the third quarter of the earlier meeting 12 days ago where Chicago turned the game. They had 36 in the third quarter. Gigi on the attack downhill. Had it blocked.
Gigi just hadn't had the success getting downhill to the basket here tonight.
Okoro slams on the break. Giddey rolls that one in. And Giddey, he's got 10 and 10 with 7 assists. So triple-double right there on the platter for him. Rupert spinning and banking that in against Buzelis.
So the length there, you know, Buzelis likes to use this length inside, but Rupert able to get that outstretched arm around him.
Jones gets into the paint, an open 3. Buzelis airballs it. Well, you heard Jason March say the Grizzlies want to get a piece of the paint here. Small gets a piece of the paint. His backhanded layup is blocked by Giddey. That is the in the first meeting. Shot clock at 9 for Coward. His 3 is through, and Cedric Coward. Brevin, this is really good to see from Ced. Because of injury, he's not played an awful lot since the All-Star break. Good scoring game for him tonight.
Yeah, it's nice to see him being able to rise up and knock down some shots. That was his strong move to the rim.
Buzelis with 14. Rupert stops on a dime. Bank, no. And Leonard Miller does not start the second half. Lachlan Ulbrich does, so that's a change for Billy Donovan's lineup. Buzelis retreats and knocks down a 3. Rupert downhill, banks it in. Tough chance for him.
You said they were going to need a catalyst out the locker room. Old Max last game, good knockaway here by Cedric Coward. Can Rupert beat this game? Nice.
Prosper bobbled it, got it back in traffic, forces, fills, and is fouled. For Chicago.
One thing, the good thing for the Grizzlies part, at least the Bulls have one foul here. The Grizzlies none so far.
Trey Jones.
They don't force a three. You said either they're going to shoot threes or layups. And that's
Center better.
the good thing, though, the Grizzlies have forced them. They've only attempted 19 threes here. And they've attempted inside the arc 29 shots. So usually their team, they hover very close to threes and twos being the same for them.
All knotted at 66. Small. That step back three. It's through.
He needs to call the patent company and put that down as his patented shot, because this is what he goes to.
The small step back, and another now in foul trouble.
Well, we just talked about this being 3-1. Good knockaway again there, but no foul. And
He's with 3 team fouls. Gigi going downhill. Had it blocked again.
they're doing a good job. They're reading the 2 steps and continue to get the ball. Good knockaway by Small.
Howard. Grizzlies in transition. A look ahead. Small. Giddy's back defensively. Grizzlies couldn't get an easy look because Giddy was back defensively. Prosper in the lane. Offensive foul. No basket. I'm guy in that regard. Goes to work against Rupert. Surrounded. Has to retrieve the loose ball. 10 to shoot. Trey Jones, a clean look at a 3. And the rebound to Gigi Jackson. And a loose ball foul on Omax.
The Chicago Bulls and how it's changed to now 4-1, 4-2 in terms of fouls.
Grizzlies are fortunate. Chicago is shooting just 59% from the free throw line. Jones got by Small. Out of bounds to the Grizzlies to Scott Foster. Billy Donovan. Querying Eric Dalen about that last call. Gigi.
One of those nice
Yep,
ones.
yep. Got Buzelis in the air. Little primal scream therapy for Gigi Jackson.
Well, you can hear the exhilaration through our headsets.
Trey Jones, that 3 is off, boarded by Prosper. Grizzlies a 5-point lead. Gigi. Coward recycles. Prosper an angle 3. And the rebound, Trey Jones. Small battling for it.
Well, Small realized you had the 4 fouls. Can't pick up a 5th.
Right. Buzelis wants it for 3, and he's got 3 more. Buzelis' third 3, a 20-point game for Matas Buzelis.
And there's a second half in Chicago where he started to knock down a lot of threes. Howard attempts one there, doesn't go.
It was the third quarter when things started to get away from the Grizzlies. Oh, Small, great steal. Took it away from Jones. 3-on-1. Prosper to the rim for 2. Timeout, Chicago.
A lot here as these seasons go on. Are guys being qualified for these end-of-season awards?
Now, the 65-game rule, I think it was well-intentioned because guys were sitting out.
I like it. I mean, listen, whatever's going to get to have guys playing more basketball, I am all for. I always say the bad thing is, well, you got to make rules for certain things because things are not going the way that it should be.
Clayton for 3. Rupert offensive rebound, backhands it in. Well done underneath by Ryan Rupert.
A nice third quarter here from Rupert. 6 points for him here in this third.
Clayton, Meshack, Burton, Giroux, and Rupert, the 5 on the floor for the Grizzlies. Whoa. Miller misses that 3 badly, and then it's lost out of bounds by Patrick.
Keep it going. Keep it going.
Leading 3. Yes! It's through! Ryan Rupert! These have a double-digit lead again, 84-73, matching their largest. They were up 11 in the first half, but trailed by 2 at the break. A wraparound and a finish by Miller.
Driving, we talked about the Bulls offensively. They're starting it in the backcourt with the pressure that the Grizzlies are putting on, but they're beating the initial defender, and that's presenting shots for them.
Meshack into a spin, floats it up, no. Sexton over the top and hit the rim. Giroux diving for it. Ball loose.
Look at the dive.
Rupert diving to the floor. Clayton diving to the floor. But then Meshack turned it over. And then Miller going to get 2 at the line on the other end.
Hit the floor.
So Miller to the line, 77% on the season.
The hands for the Grizzlies defensively.
You cannot fault the effort of this group at all. Giroux driving, scooping, not scoring. Buzelis the rebound. Grizzlies have forced Chicago into 15 turnovers. Buzelis stepping through, missing, and then tapping his own miss in.
They're DQ the easy one. Recombobulated to get back into this game. See if the Grizzlies can do a good job of keeping control.
Yeah, Grizzlies had an 11-point lead first half. Went away in a hurry. They had an 11-point lead here in the third quarter. Bulls on the rally. Clayton. Ball.
They're looking for that first basket.
0 for 5. Williams back the other way. Sexton, Olbrich, Dillingham, corner 3.
That's what
Chicago 7-35 when they trail through 3. Grizzlies 19-15 when they lead through 3. Trey Jones, that's deflected by Rupert, but it got through to Okoro. 7 to shoot for Dillingham. Okoro rolls to the bucket, missed it. Olbrich, offensive rebound. Trey Jones driving against Small and banks it in. Bulls start the period with Okoro, Buzelis, Jones, Dillingham, and Olbrich. Rupert, Jackson, Prosper, Coward, and Small for the Grizzlies. Gigi, it's been a rough night. 2 for 10 for him. Prosper against Olbrich. Stymied at the baseline. Gigi Jackson, that's a 3. And the rebound to Trey Jones. Buzelis.
Gigi, those struggles part is because the Bulls doing a good job crowding the paint defensively instead of they were for Rob Dillingham. The reason why they have him out there with Trey Jones, let Trey Jones kind of orchestrate and let Dillingham be the scorer that he is.
Small, step back 3, no. Prosper with the follow. Prosper with 9, the lead is 7. The fourth quarter, 12 days ago, Chicago won at 35-21. And the rebound tapped out by the Grizzlies. Buzelis on the drive, Trey Jones. And Chicago starting to click from 3-point territory, 100-96. Jackson against Olbrich, and now Coward. Gigi, a 3. Rebound battle for it. Coward in traffic, banks it in, and is fouled.
Not have to be battling with a true big on the interior, and because of it, they've been able to do a great job on the backboards. They had 20-second chance points here in this game.
Coward, a 20-point game. First one since January the 11th against Brooklyn. Chicago does have a challenge. They've not challenged the play tonight. Grizzlies were successful with their first, not with their second. Dillingham, that was deflected. Stolen by Rupert. Okoro is back. Rupert slams on the brakes. Burton. Corner 3, Prosper. Bingo! Olivier Maxence. Prosper rings the bell. His first 3-point make tonight. A dozen for Omax. 105-96. Buzelis on a drive. Backs down against Rupert. It's in and a foul. Buzelis with 24.
Still got my information.
Okay, good.
Grizzlies have 62 points in the paint tonight. The last time the Grizzlies had 60 points in the paint, that was March 1st at Indiana when they had 60 on the nose. The time before that was 66 on February 20th against Utah. The same, the common theme between both those games, both were Grizzlies wins.
The season high is 70. That was the overtime game against Philadelphia. Clayton driving, goes down. And a held ball with 1.9.
Where the Chicago Bulls don't have a true center.
Trey Jones on the pickup. Sexton for 3. That was the fourth quarter of the first meeting. Bulls outscored the Grizzlies 35-21. Meshack driving against Miller. Burton on the back down, leans into Okoro. Tough shot, left it short. Buzelis the rebound. Buzelis a double-double. That's his 10th rebound of the game. 4th double-double of the season. In loves playing the Grizzlies. And then Rupert, the hands came out. And
You're not going to hold gamers down. Put a little physio on it, get back out there. We worry about icing it later.
Sexton driving. Miller offensive rebound, and he'll have to earn it at the free throw line.
I said the biggest thing here in this game tonight that was impact the game in any fashion. Maybe shooter violation.
At the moment. And Giddey 1 assist shy of his 13th triple-double of the season. Only Jalen Johnson and Joker have more. Ball driving and swatted.
Because of his length and athleticism, he's going to touch the basketball.
Clayton 5 to shoot, turns it over. 2-on-1, Buzelis ties the game at 105. Grizzlies have responded to rallies by Chicago before. Have to do it again. Clayton feeding Giroux. Giroux has it blocked. Loose ball to the floor. That's off of Sexton. Grizzlies have it, but only 3. And only 3.5 seconds on the shot clock. Clayton, a 3. And Chicago looking to grab the lead. Trey Jones.
Loose floor. You are just trying to manufacture points wherever you can.
5 gone by in the 4th. Ball against Buzelis. A Burton 3. Reeled in by Trey Jones. Jones' 9th rebound of the game. Sexton attacking and finishing. Chicago has the lead, 107-105.
Sexton doing what he does. He said he is a driver of the basketball and one of the more physical drivers as you get that one to go.
23 off the bench for Sexton. Ball for 3. A run out for Buzelis again, and he is brought down by Ball.
Has not shot the ball well tonight, but you needed some guys on the floor that can at least be an offensive threat for you.
Now Gigi just 2 of 10 from the 2 of 12 rather from the floor tonight for 4 points. Gigi driving and finger rolling it in right at Buzelis.
He said he needed someone to be somewhat of a catalyst. Gigi can be that. Nice drive and finish there.
Giddey on the floor. The core, Buzelis, Miller, and Sexton. Travel, Sexton, take it away.
Grizzlies open in the corner. See if the Grizzlies go back to the same play that they ran, and they are.
Gigi was fouled, says Matt Myers. 2% from the line. Second team foul on Chicago in the period. Gigi, a career high 24 starts this season.
He's done exceptionally well with those starts. See, guys, when he was in Boston, I thought maybe he would be a guy that would stick for them to give them just another score. We'll see what he can do for this Bulls team next season.
All square at 109. Sexton calling for the Buzelis screen. Pass was deflected. Knocked into backcourt, no reset or no over and back. Okoro driving and finishing right at the end of the shot clock. Chicago making a big play in a short shot clock situation. Jackson again attacking. Ball got by Buzelis. Won't shoot it though. Meshack driving at Giddey. Off the glass for 2. Jemai Meshack. 15 for Meshack. His career high is 17.
You give him a lane, he's going to exploit that opportunity.
66 paint points for the Grizzlies tonight. Sexton driving and drawing a foul.
Prime player or perimeter player just put their head down and was able to beat a defender all the way to the rim.
6% free throw
But
shooter. I mean, what are the odds of him missing 2 in a row? Chicago by 1. Chicago is one of the best records in games decided by 3 or fewer. They're 10-5. Gigi down the lane, hangs, and he draws a foul.
He's finally getting
Chicago, Grizzlies over the limit. Gigi gets
outside guys know and inside to be aware. That just lets you know the basketball knowledge that he has, but also in getting himself ready. The scouting report, he was ready.
Grizzlies the 1-point lead. Giddy guarded by Meshack.
There's the double screen.
Buzelis fakes the 3, drives on Jackson. Meshack with a knockaway. Jamai against Giddy. Quick shot it and missed badly. Giddy driving. Sexton. Little show and go, off balance, and more free throws for Sexton. Buzelis attacking. Grizzlies in possession. Meshack downhill against Giddy and had it knocked free.
Well, the thing was, he wanted to make the pass. The problem was he didn't make the pass early enough. So once he tried to make it late, he couldn't get enough oomph on it to get to Gigi.
In terms of clutch games, final 5 minutes margin within 5. Chicago is 20-18. And Deke Dro has been ruled doubtful to return because of that elbow injury. He tried to come back, but as you pointed out, Brevin, couldn't use that right arm. Clayton, ball fake, driving to the rim, missed. Going to give the Grizzlies the lead. Sexton, a 3. Ball can't reel in the rebound. And
The basket, nice drive, and just unfortunate with the finish.
Buzelis trying to turn the corner. Throws up a wild shot. Boarded by Rupair.
See if they get Cedric Howard partner involved here down the stretch.
He screams. Ball for 3. Bingo! First NBA points, and he triples the Grizzlies into the lead. 116-114.
You see the Chicago Bulls right back at it. Giddy with his 2.
Giddy with 14 on the night ties the game at 116.
I said with Cedric Howard, he didn't make the play, but his roll to the basket brought the extra defender that allowed ball to be open. And now again, post position.
Howard posting up against Trey Jones. 5 to shoot. Howard backs down and scores. Grizzlies lead at 118-116. Trey Jones tried to pull the chair, but Howard with 22 gives the Grizzlies the lead.
So you see, you're gonna have to involve Cedric Howard somewhat on the offensive end for the Grizzlies. The other thing is no second chance opportunities.
Giddy trying to turn the corner. Hits knocked away. Picked up by Rupair. Clayton 2-on-1. Meshack, yes! 4-point Grizzlies lead. Jones, Giddy, and Sexton. Sexton is 3 of 6 from 3-point territory tonight. Bulls out of timeouts. Jones drives, pitches topside. Giddy inside the arc will drive and dunk with 7.9. 1-point game. Grizzlies have a timeout. Howard doubled and fouled. And so Cedric 0 for 1 at the stripe tonight.
If it's me, I'm forcing you to catch the ball under the free throw line, take 2 or 3 dribbles, and yes, foul.
Bulls need a 3, no timeouts. 5 seconds. And Rupair fouls, and Giddy will shoot 2 with 4.
Well, here comes Sexton now. He's running down now.
Yeah, Sexton's going to run down, but Giddy made it. Grizzlies will take their final timeout here with 4 play. The Grizzlies a 1-point lead.
And they can use the entirety of the floor.
Howard being guarded by Sexton on the sideline.
Oh.
Gigi Jackson, it's through his hands. Picked up by Trey Jones. Sexton,
No,
that won't count. That won't count. It's late. It's late.